What's up, y'all? So this next episode, this YouTube episode, this podcast, this SoundCloud joint that I'm gonna do is going to be me interviewing the man, Mr. Tyree Dunn, better known as Pull My Beard, for all those people of his IG fame. This guy's a donuts and deadlift athlete. It's a real chill dude, cool dude from Ohio. We talk about his how he started, how he figured out how much strong he was in everybody, how he got picked up by donuts and deadlifts. Everybody at his home gym there, Beyond Strengths, man. We talked about just a lot of people, just a lot of things. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. So I'm excited for you guys to hear this one. Yeah, man. I think this will be one that people will really enjoy. I know I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, without any further ado, this is the Corner of the Circle.
Right here?
Yeah, we in here. All right, we live now, baby. All right, man. Corner of the Circle, we in here. We got the man, the myth, the legend, more legend than myth. Trying to get his phone right. Mr. Tyree Dunn, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Man, I'm just doing what I do. Just trying to keep my head above water, man. I've been wanting to holler at you since I started doing these little interviews and junk, man. So, I mean, best part about them, like, if people want to watch it, they can go to the tube and watch it, or if they want to just listen to it on I guess we hitting SoundCloud and at iTunes now, bro. It's like I'm a little podcast on iTunes now. I'm saying I can't see me right now. I'm trying to acting fancy. So yeah, man. So what's been up with you, man? Just training and grinding.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, just training every day, almost every day. Just getting it after it, man. I gotta get that 800 plus on squats and deads here soon.
Like, you pretty close, shit. You're closer than my answers. I'll tell you that right now. So all right, man. So give people a little history lesson about you, man. Like where you're from, how you came up, all that good stuff, where you reside and all that, and your own go.
All right. I grew up in Steubenville, Ohio. A little southeast Ohio, little small town.
Uh-huh.
You got to go through West Virginia to get to my town.
Dang.
Where we're at. Grew up, with my mom, 2 brothers, played high school football. I ran track too. Yeah. That fat man relay that, they make it. Hey, but I be getting it.
I ain't even mad at you. I mean, you athletic, you know what I'm saying?
But ask Dexter Jones. We had a race about last year. Definitely whooped him in the race.
You ate Dex?
Yeah, man. He gonna let you know. I whooped him in that race.
No,
actually, he might lie to you though. He might, he's trying to save face. But yeah, man. Played football in high school. Got a scholarship to play at Ohio Dominican in Columbus.
That's what's up. Played
there for 4 years. Graduated. Criminal justice psychology degree. Now I worked in corrections for 5 years.
Right.
And I seen a lot of stuff.
Bro.
A lot of stuff. One night I was just sitting there. It was like 3 a.m. We had to work overnight sometime. I was an operations manager. And I was just sitting there overnight. And I was just like, man, I can't do this. I wrote my letter of resignation that night and just...
Bro, I used to work at a juvenile detention center when I was working my way through like my first year of grad school. Dog,
but that's probably worse than the adults, though.
Bro, it's worse. It's worse. Some kids don't care, bro. They don't care. They don't. My thing is this, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people think. I can't say a lot of people, but quite a few people feel
that you know me like if you're like coaching or programming now, like that this is just what you always want to do. Don't get me wrong, it's something that I'm not I don't think I'm the greatest at, but I don't think I suck at it. At the same time though, I feel like people forget that we all had jobs. Everyone's had like a job, not necessarily that they hated, but a job that, you know, like you like, yo, I gotta do better than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta not only do I need to do better than this, but I gotta get up out of here. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my my point of realization from that particular job was, you know what I mean, the girls got mad, you know, because it was girls and boys. And the thing was like, you know, there's, you know, I don't really know the levels, but in terms of if there were like, you know, a maximum security, I guess juvenile detention center, mine would have been the one right before it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I guess
Yeah.
you know, you have the top tier and the second tier. Mine was the next tier. Basically, mine was the stopping point from the good one to the worst one. So you had to go through hours, and maybe if you made it through, they'll send you back to the good one. But most of the time, you're already on your way to that big one. So,
Yeah.
man, bro, when I tell you, it was one I was there. I was the activity director. You know what I mean? So I just had to make sure that everybody was straight. Everybody, you know, I had to help some kids read. You know, it was I was supposed to be. I was the Mr. Good Time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, bro, the girls got mad and legit. Every single one of them started throwing tampons, like at the windows, at the guards, at everybody. Let me tell you something. People that know me know that I have the world's weakest stomach. My dude, I don't even like seeing my own blood. I'm not even lying to you right now. I was like, this is a wrap for me. I'm done. I can't even.
I gotta get out of here.
You know, and the thing is, I love the kids, but that was my moment of realization. Like, you know what, bro? You know what? Some people aren't meant for things. I'm not meant for this particular thing. Like, this is, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't no letter.
Yeah,
I didn't no letter of resignation. No 2 weeks notice. Like,
gone.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap for me.
Gone.
Like, I'll take the fine. You know what? You can keep. I don't even want this little check. Keep it. I gotta keep it. Bro, I couldn't even. I thought I was in an episode of Oz. Real talk. I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening to me. Like, I went to church. Like, what is this? So yeah, for me, I couldn't. Nah, man. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know if it's worse than adults, but I do know, like, man, like all these innocent looking girls, bro, they turned out to be not so innocent on that day. I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't do it.
I know that's right. That's kind of like me. I mean, I didn't get no tampons thrown at me.
Oof.
All right, but
Oof.
I've seen some stuff, man. I mean, I've had where I'm giving urine drops, right, and I'm in there with, you gotta watch them pee, right. So we're in there peeing, the guy turns around to me and he's just tugging away, just staring at me, like that's the type of shit that that's the type of shit I'm seeing. Like, I'm just like, is this real? Like I gotta get out the bathroom real quick. But I mean, I've seen a lot of different stuff, man. I mean, I've seen a guy cut his own throat, sounded like Velcro come across.
Shut your mouth!
Yeah, man.
Oh, what?
Like, I've seen all different types of stuff. You know, that people were doing those bath salts and stuff like that a couple of years ago, just going off on those. You know, I've seen people go off on those. And, you know, I could deal with that in and out. You know, that wasn't even like the biggest thing. When it came to me, it was just the upper management, the people above us. Man, it's like nothing we did mattered.
Oh,
like,
no.
I would do everything I could. I'd be in that building for close to like 18 hours. You know, I'd leave. They'd call me like 2 hours later. I'm like, oh, you know, I know you did this, but, you know, you still got this to do. Or, like, can you add this to your list? And I was just like, no. 5 years later, I was like, I can't do this no more.
Dog.
I had five promotions in 5 years, and I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore.
This ain't
hey, now though, you know, after that, I took like 3 months off. I quit like December 2016. Took like 3 months off, and now I work for Children's Services. And I know exactly what you mean, because I got kids in like residential, and some of the stuff that I hear that they do, or even in like the juvenile detention center. I had friends that work there, and them kids, they put pee above doors.
Yeah,
the pee fall down on top of you.
No, they used to hold me. I will say this, because I was a brother-in-law in, because my mom when she worked there before me actually, and what she ended up doing is when she got ready to leave, like it's kind of weird how my mom's just she's real chill like that. She worked for the government and decided, you know what, I need a break. So she took a sabbatical pretty much, and so she started like I'll go to the juvenile detention to work with the kids. Feel like I'm making a difference, you know. She did that, and when she decided to go back to work for Uncle Sam, she's like, well, I know you're, you know, trying to make money to get through grad school. You just have this job. So like, oh, that's what's up. So my mom, she already had to develop rapport with the kids. You know what I mean? She already had that rep, like, hey, Miss McClain's real nice lady, yada yada yada. So when I came in, it's like, oh, that's her son. Which I was like, oh, this will be a breeze. This finna be a breeze, is what I thought to myself. Bro, after the first like couple of days, like, yo, these kids are real. But what ended up happening was they just rock with me hard enough that, like, you know what I mean? Like, they put the P above doors. Bro, they would, like, I mean, like, niggas would leave, like, just, like dookie traps. Like, no, sir, don't go there. That's a dookie trap. Like, you just say that's a dookie trap? Like, it would be, like, it's weird stuff like that all the time. So what they would, like, obviously, like, you know, like, they would hold me down, like, hey, you know, between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, don't try to do activities in, you know, cell 7, cell 6, cell whatever. You walk in there, you probably gonna get doused for piss, sir. I'm like, oh, that's a bet. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, they would hold me down, like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure you get an extra cupcake tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I was, you know, trying to, you know, so, you know, I just, man, I'm never gonna go back there. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. But I mean, they were good kids. But I mean, for me, it was kind of like one of those, like, bro. You know, I think every other day I was calling my moms or my pops and like, hey man, thank y'all. Like, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for being there. Thank you for saying no to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for dusting me off every time, like, you know what I'm saying, I was acting up. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
I called my mom the first day I was on the job when I first got I was up to like 5-6 cases. And, you know, I called her. I was like, told her about everything. You know, I can't share names or nothing like that, but, you know, situations and how bad these kids were and what they were doing. I was like, you know what? Thank you for whooping my ass every time I did something.
Whew. I used to, low key, I used to think my mama was picking on me, dude. Like, I used to think, like, there's no way that a human being can get this many whoopings in one day. Like, I remember, like, one time, like, she got me, like, 4 or 5 times in a day. I'm like,
one day.
Like, I'm like, there's no way that one individual can get whooped this many times. And it was to the point that, this is no lie, my sister's my witness. I remember this, like, my mom was at work, and we had just got home from school, and we just sitting there, and I don't know if I was crying. I can't remember if I was crying or not, but I remember I hit this mood. I was like, well, I guess I got an hour or two. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you know I'm going to get whooped. I don't know why. I just know I'm just be messing up. Like, I don't know why. I stayed in trouble. And the thing is, I wasn't even a bad kid. I just broke shit all the time. I was a knucklehead. You know what I mean? I look back on it now, like, and I'm like, I should have just sat down. You know what I mean? But I couldn't do it. Bro, like I don't think people understand. Like, I mean, girls can do it. I think girls are always, I think they're just smarter and far more calculated, and they just think so far ahead, whereas a dude, we just, like, live in the moment. And as much as, well, because my little cousins, man, I see them, like, they want to act right, but they just can't. As a boy, you just cannot act right no matter how hard you try. You're like, today's the day I'm going to act right. Let's tell myself that all the time. Nah, man. You know what I mean? And I'm from, like, West Texas, so, you know, back in the day, bro, you can still get whooped by the principal. Like, you can still get, like, the principal can still use his paddle and everything. So
that's how I grew up.
Like, so I'm like, man, I remember I was in elementary, and I don't know what I did. Oh, yeah, I do remember. I broke this kid's leg. We were playing soccer. I broke this dude's leg. And it was on purpose. Like,
you deserve that.
Man, I paylaid him dead in the shin, bro. I know that I did. I'm telling you right now, I wasn't. He messed with me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's West Texas. So, I mean, you get a couple things that's gonna happen in West Texas. West Texas is nothing but it's the South. They just drug their feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just, like, you know what I mean? So for me, I never started anything, but I was like, I was just bound to finish it. And little kid called me a nigga, man. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get you. And I waited all day long till it came time for recess. Boy, we got on that soccer field. I wasn't even trying to see the ball. I went straight for that boy's shin. Crack, crack. That's a wrap. And the teacher
Put 'em
saw him.
down.
I went straight to the office, and Mr. Miller, and I won't forget the cat's name, the Mr. Miller, the principal. He got the pal out. He goes, McLean, you know what it is? Like, yes, sir, I do. I do. Drop
Yeah.
trowel. He lit me up. Called my mom. My mom came to the my mom came to the school, lit me up. I went home. She told my pops. My pops never would me, man. It was very seldom. Shit, he lit me up. And I went in my room. I laid down for a little bit. My mom was like, "Get in here." I'm like, here we go. She lit me up again. But and I think she's so embarrassed because she knew I did. Because I wasn't gonna lie. I'm like, call me a nigga, so I broke his leg. I mean,
Yeah.
what you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I think for my family, just the way we grew up, you know what I mean? We grew up in church. My dad's over the pulpit all the time, and my mom's a good church mom. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was more of embarrassment as well as a lesson to be taught. Like, you got to restrain yourself. You know what I mean? And obviously, after they got finished, you know, me murdering me, like they tried to give me a lesson. But at that point, you can't tell me nothing. You just murdered me. Like,
Yeah, I want to listen.
like
to you
I can't hear because my face is swollen from crying all. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit down. Like my mama lit me on fire. I never been whooped with a belt and a paddle by the same hand in the same day. Like, but yeah, that was just what I was dealing with. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm with you on. Like I've told my parents, like many a time, like, hey man, thank you for like just holding me down. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just. And you look at these kids nowadays, man, like not even all the kids, but just like kids is just, you know, they went right when they should have went left or vice versa. You know what I mean? They should have just taken the road less traveled or they should have just had somebody there to tell them no. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's just, it's a generation that just lost people. You know what I mean? And then they become not necessarily the problem, but they become, you know, I can only say the situation. They become the situation of a complete stranger. You know what I'm saying? That's got, you know, and I mean, they have names. They have hearts, they have minds and all that good stuff. But, you know, they become a case number. You know what I'm saying? They become like, you know, almost a project. Because somebody earlier in the game just didn't say no. Or just didn't care enough to be around. You know what I mean? And so, like,
Right.
You know, it's just, bro, it's weird. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of times with just us as people in general, you tend to act out because of things that you didn't receive in the past, you know what I mean? Or you tend to reach out for things that you weren't able to, you know, amass in the past. So, I mean, and sometimes, you know, it translates to just ignorant behavior, just, you know, violent behavior, whatever it is, man. But, you know, for me, I got to see that firsthand with, you know, the kids in the detention center. You know what I mean? Which pretty much it's a step. It's that step right before you go to jail, son. Like this is it. You know, which is crazy because where we were, and I think this was for me. There was kind of a chilling fact. The detention center we had was right across the street from a prison.
Yeah.
And like the crazy part was the same situation with the juvenile detention center was the same thing with the prison. That prison was the next stop to Huntsville, the maximum security prison down in Texas. So these kids, man, like this one dude, I'll never forget him. He's like, dude, my daddy and my grandpa are across the street. Nigga, what? Like this is all
you want to go?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is all he goes. And I was like, man, you know, because you have to have the group time and talk, you know, and you know, just hear him out. And for me, I was like, you know, so that's where you're trying to go. Nah, man, because I'm not gonna lie, Mr. McLean, that's all I know. Like, dang, bro.
That's it.
That's all you know. Like, you just know, like, hey, and you know, I mean, not gonna front, man. I mean, you know, I feel like everyone has a story or some point in their life where like you lost somebody, you've had to deal with loss, you know of someone that's dealt with loss, or you've been directly affected by loss. You know what I mean? Like everyone's lost someone at some point. You know what I mean? And it's how you sometimes, you know, are affected by the loss, how you respond to that loss, you know, so on and so forth. But like all these kids know is just taking L's in life. And I'm just like, man, I don't even. But I knew that I had the option of like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go finish school, and I guess, you know what I'm saying, if nigga killing people enough, I could probably get a scholarship. I mean, I'm fast enough, I could probably get a track scholarship, whatever. I mean, you know, I could probably, you know what I mean? I knew that I at least could go to the next level, you know, just based off my talent. You know what I mean? I was all right, smart. I just knew my mom would kill me if I didn't bring home good grades. I'm like, I guess I could probably get an academic joint if I really worked at it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I knew that I had options, and I feel like when you grow up knowing that you have options, I mean, you tend to be, a bit, I mean, I'm not gonna say that we were like hella broke, but we didn't have like mad money either. You know what I mean? Like, but I do know like, hey, 15, 14 came along when I could work. It was a wrap. I had to go work. You know what I'm saying?
Jumping right on in there,
Bruh, like it was no, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mom's was like, hey, guess what? Now that you can work, you about to pay on one of these bills. You about to chip in.
you about to get one.
Man, listen, I picked gas, man. Let me get that baby bill. Let me get that.
Let me get the smallest
Yeah,
one
let me
you
get that
got
smallest
right
one.
now.
I'm trying to have me some little cheddar left over, man. But I mean, that was what it was. And at the time, I just thought my mom, I still think I was getting kind of hustle. You know what I'm saying? That little McDonald's check wasn't really bringing home. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't going out of there.
Yeah, and on the real time, that I used to have to ride my bike, bro. That was like a 5-mile drive, a 5-mile ride for real. Like I ride my bike from my home all the way down. It was like downhill to McDonald's. Then I would ride that whole one. I got off. I had to work the night shift. It'd be like 2:00 in the morning, man. I'm trying to ride my bicycle uphill back to my crib in the middle of West Texas. Like I'm finna get stopped by the police. Like every 3 nights I was getting stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah. So like,
Man,
you already know. I'm
yeah.
sitting here smelling like burgers and fries. Got this old nasty apron on. Got this ugly gray
hat.
Yeah. Nah, I wasn't rocking the hat. I put that. I put that in the backpack, man. You ain't finna catch me with the golden markers on my head, man. Like I can't even. I'm already losing swag. But they do.
They had us rocking those big old McDonald's, those blue ones with the little M on it, man. That's what I had rocking.
Oh man, so we had the blue and gray.
Oh no, man! And I was about 240 pounds in high school. They had me rocking like this 4X, 5X shirt, like it looked like a dress.
I used to get so mad, man. And I'll admit, like when they put me on drive-through, it was a wrap. It was a wrap because my town was little, so I used to know like when my homeboys come through. I'm like, all right, but hey, let me know what time you're coming through. You know what I mean? And they were like, all right, well, after school, they were like, hey, well, we'll probably come there around 7:30. Like, all right, man, I don't know when.
I got you.
You can hear him on the thing. I'm like, all right, yeah. Oh, that was my man Jay. All right, cool, sir. Blah blah blah. He would say whatever. I put in a double order for whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then I remember that my principal, there was a principal, man, I couldn't stand that dude. He came through. Well, I spit in his drink every time. Every time. Every time. Every time.
Every time.
Every time. That dude used to mess with me so much, man. And he he wasn't a principal. He was a coach. He was a junior high principal at one point, and he was like a high school coach, a high school girls coach or something. But man, the dude, like, he picked up my sister, man, and from that point, I'm like, I'm gonna get that dude every chance I get. And I was in that boy. He loved his McDonald's. That boy he was a good, I think maybe 5'8", a good 320. Just he was as round as he was tall. Just a fat Eddie Hall looking dude. Like looked like a super fat Eddie Hall. So I was like, I'm gonna get this dude, this old roly poly ass boy. I'm gonna get him. And every time he came through, I was spit in that drink. I would give him a little, I felt like Sugar Avery. Gave him a little Sugar Avery pee every time, man. That boy didn't.
Yeah.
That boy got up, man. Listen, but I just, and again, thank God I'm grown now, because if my mom would have found out then what I'm telling now, it would have been a wrap for me. She probably was straight.
Over.
Oh my gosh, she would have punched me straight in my chest, like without a doubt. Like just squared, punched me in my chest. I would have been gasping for breath. But yeah, man. So you're from a small town, Ohio, by way of Ohio / West Virginia, then back to Ohio. So you played ball, graduated. You know what I mean? Worked with the adults, then worked with the chillins. Now you're working with the kids, making a difference. So this is my thing, man. Like, so what got you into powerlifting? Like, you've always, like, when did you know that you were stronger? That's gonna be my question. When did you know that you were stronger than the average dude? And by the average dude, I mean stronger than the average strong person. Then on top of that, when did the powerlifting kind of make its way into your life?
So when I realized that I was strong, strong
Mm-hmm.
was I was still in high school. It was about my junior year,
Mm-hmm.
and we had this older kid running back, fullback,
Uh-huh.
big dude, like real big, like 230 something pounds,
Dang.
man, just
That's a
a
grown
brute
man.
running people back. Yeah, man, and they took us under their wing. He's like, hey, man, he's like, you ever squat before? And at that point, I was only used to doing leg press.
Yep.
And that's about it. So I was like, no, I never squat before. He's like, how much can you do? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. He's like, all right, I'm gonna throw 225 on there. All right. So at that point, I repped it. Didn't rep it. I was like 2 reps,
Yeah.
just easy. He's like, all right, I'm gonna put 315 on there. Buried me,
Shut up.
buried me, right? But but that was because we just had like a hard day at practice
Yeah.
anyway. So all that lactic acid build up and everything else.
Yeah.
I was already done for the day. But after that, man, I realized that I really like strength, and it just carried over, into wrestling. I wrestled, and
Yeah.
it carried over into that, super heavyweight. After every match, I wrestled somebody. They shake my hand and be like, "Man, you're one of the strongest dudes I ever wrestled." And I was like, "Okay, it boosts your head.
Yo,
You
yeah,
get a
that's
big head
that's
about
the
this."
gas. That's the gas right there.
Yeah. So and then after, went through college and all that nonsense, squatting and everything, you know. Then I was bored. I didn't have nothing to do after college. What was I supposed to do? Just sit there and just I knew if I'd have sat there and ate how I ate, because I ate rallies every day. Like, I knew if I ate like that, I would be, 400, 600 pounds by now.
Would be a story.
So, I joined Beyond Limits Training here in Columbus, and people are just like, oh man, you're strong, you should do a powerlifting meet. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do one. Put it off for like 2 years, hey, do one. I was like, yeah, I'll do one in December. December came around, hey, do one. Just pushing just pushing it off. And then I met John Downing, who's
Oh, John.
coach for Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, John Downing. And he talked me into doing my first meet in Michigan. There's like a no frills meet. So I was like, all right, there ain't no, like, I ain't got to worry about, no pressure, no nothing.
Right.
Like, I just get in there. It's just like another gym session. My first meet, man, I hit, it was about like a 705 squat. Like, first time in a competition, like, anything like that. 705 squat. My bench has always been poverty. I think I hit like 415 in this meet. And then I hit like there's like a 711 deadlift
Dang.
on my first meet. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? I like this.
Yeah, you got hooked.
Just carried on after that. It's like, you sit back and you think, man, I never thought, like, I always thought 700 pounds is impossible. Lifting
Yep.
700 pounds is impossible, and you're like, man, and then after that, I did the Arnold for the first time, and this guy brought his little son up to me, and he's like, he was so in awe with you lifting, he thinks you're a superhero, and blah, 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 and I was just like, you know what, that felt good.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it just felt good to, like, actually be able to, like, accomplish a goal that you set. And I never, like, going into a meet or anything like that, I don't set, like, a goal of what to hit. I just want to do better than I did before.
True
so,
story.
I mean, even if it's like, if it's like 2 pounds more,
It's still better.
so hey, I hit a PR.
Exactly.
Whatever, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it just, yeah, man, I just fell into it just by running into the right people. Everybody's like, oh, I had powerlifting in high school. I was like, I wish we had powerlifting in high school. If we had powerlifting in high school, I think my career, either I would have got hurt, or my career right now would have been, my numbers right now would be way more than what they are.
You've been that 1,000-pound club.
Dang.
I mean, you're young. You're young. So, you know what I'm saying? You still got time, man. It's just about progression, bro. Like, literally, I watched, I cite Kelly Brand as example, because, like, I watched this dude squat go from a consistent 800 to now, like, 2.5 years later, this cat's squatting 1,000 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, bro, like and I'll be 100 with you, like man, like my first meet, my first meet, I think I squatted 440, 450, and I mean, I think my best at that time, my best gym squat that I had was I think 500, something like that. I mean, and now it's just like if I'm not squatting at least 300 kilo, at least 660, I'm like, well, what am I doing? I'm not even doing my job out there. And you know what I mean? Like 700-pound squats, you know, like they're actually like I don't even put them on my belt anymore. I used to like marking on my belt. You know, like now, like you don't even get a mark on the belt, like you know, and it's crazy because you look back because I'm you know. I'm real weird about I like to write things down once I make them tangible. Once I can see them, I'm like, all right, that's going to be accomplished. And I remember like writing down a 650 squat, a 500 bench, a 700-pound deadlift. I remember those were my numbers that I was going to shoot for. You know what I'm saying? Those were going to be the numbers that made me like, in my mind, that dude. And now I'm at a point where I'm doing stuff that I never even wrote down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, so everything now it's all brand new territory, which is crazy when you think about it. But then I look over, you know what I mean? I'll go to your account. I'm like, damn, this nigga hurt his move. Bro, I'm reaching for this weight. It's like my 1 RM. This dude is repping it like it's nothing. Like, did he just pause squat with that? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to watch, you know what I mean? Just not necessarily the evolution of sport, because I mean the sport is what it is, but I think the culture within the sport, I like to see. I'm liking where it's kind of going in terms of just how people are more accessible, and you know how people like yourselves that people outside of our culture, outside of our little subculture, they have no idea. Like within our world, this dude is one of our superheroes. He's one of our favorites. He's one of the people like a lot of people look up to, like a lot of people follow, a lot of people like. You know what I mean? And I mean, aside from your stature, because you're a big dude, so people are like, yo, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? And all they see is a big dude, but then I realize, like, yo, this big dude is stronger than most big dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
I mean, most people just attribute the fact that I'm big. They're like, oh, well, he probably lift a lot of weight. Or like, oh, you can only lift that because you weigh 300 pounds. Like,
no,
I'm like, well,
no, not necessarily. I want you to get your average 300 pounder, and I promise you, I'm probably repping what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I'm just, it's sometimes it's like the hardest part. We were like, they're like, oh, well, if I weigh 300 pounds, you do this too. Like, you not like, you don't see me in the gym basically, on my knees after like a last squat set.
Bro, they don't understand that part.
Going sets of 12. Like, you don't see that. Like, you just like, oh, you see a big dude and you're like, oh, well, just because you're big, you can do this weight. I mean, that ain't the truth. There's people way bigger than me that
do less, far less.
Yeah.
No, the part that cracks me up is it's almost as it's almost as crazy within the lifting realm. Like they're the ones that are like, oh, it's because you're big, you can do that. Like, nah, my dude, like you know better, but you gonna say that? You know what I mean? Like I always get it's because your arms are short, you can bench so much. All right, cool. That's what we're gonna go with. All right, cool. Okay. It's because my arms are short. That's fine. It's because they've been I forgot because I was 6'10" yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I had an 8-foot wingspan, but today I decided I'm gonna go with a 4-foot wingspan. It's gonna help. Bro, you gotta get out of here with that. Like it kills me sometimes. But I mean, it is what it is at this point, man. But like, yeah, it's for me, it's been dope because I literally have watched your numbers just continually climb, and I mean, you're out there eating, man. I mean, and I think it's cool because it's not it's, some cats are like, oh, where does this dude come from? Oh my God, where'd he come from? Like, I mean, you've always been strong. From Jump Street, you've been strong, but you have like the way that your numbers are climbing. It's like, damn, this dude he's making plays, man. Like this is nice. You know what I mean? Because like you can't. There's no question like that. It's all out of grind. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can go to your account. I'm like, well, this boy's out here moving that weight. Like, nah, man, you can have it. I ain't doing that. Like, real shit. Aside from, no, I think you're the only one. You're the only dude I know, 300 pounds plus, that does anything like sets of 8 plus. I've never seen another big dude doing anything above 8. I've never,
Hey, Joe's out here trying to kill me, man.
bro. We
every time I open up the email from him to see what I got, and it's like, sets at 8 to 12 or something like that, man. I just put my head down.
Joe out here trying to make you a 120 on the low. What he trying to do?
Hey, that's
Joe like,
exactly
hey, I'm losing weight. Guess what? You losing weight. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Joe's like, I'm going 188. Guess what? You fix to go 205. I'm just letting you know that right now. Like, now Joe is that dude.
Yep.
And
I'm just every time I'm like, all right, it's like always like 3 to 4 sets too. So it's not even like I'm just doing 2 sets. Like it's like 3 to 4 sets. And, by the third set, I don't know if I got the last set in me.
Let me tell you, the one thing I hate the most out of everything is I don't like even sets and even reps. Don't like them at all.
Yeah.
I would do sets of 3. I'll do sets of 5. I will do 5 reps. I'll do 7 reps. But if you put 8, 10, 12, 6, it just messes with me. Like,
yeah.
Because I can't break it down. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, man, I got 5 reps. That's 2, and then I got 1 to finish. I was thinking that I got that 1 to finish. Bro, when I got 2, and I got 2 to finish, like, bro, I don't know if I got like, it's the truth, man. Like, like I equate finishing strong with that 1 last rep. Let me go 1 last rep. Let's go. 1 last set, bro. When you look at them, like, damn, nigga, I got 6 sets, 4 sets. I don't have 1 last set or 1 last rep. You can't break it up. It's just you stuck with it. You know what I mean? So
I'm really gonna have to muscle through this one,
man,
right here.
Listen, bro, hey, that's all it's gonna be is muscle. Cause there's no technique. If I see there's an even set or even reps, I'm telling you right now, my technique is going out the window. You fix to see farting, yelling, screaming. I'm not gonna be able to get
my last rep every time. My last rep on squats, man. Like all the first 3 will be just like boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Hey, the last one. I get down, I'm gonna kick back.
Yeah.
Fight my way up.
Bro, I be, man, listen, I've literally sent my bar path, my squat pattern to, man, at least 20 people. I'm like, man, what is wrong with me? I mean, I'm talking that first rep, it feels like butter.
Yeah.
Second rep, butter. Third rep, butter. You give me that last rep, I'm Harlem shaking all the way up to the top. All of a sudden, I got no. And here's the crazy thing, man, and I know it's just in my head. I'm just being a baby about it, cause I will literally do, and this is no joke. I've literally gone a rep of 5s and a rep of 4, and I did 5, and I was just like bow, bow, bow. I got to the 4th rep, boom. I got the 5th rep. All right, cool. I did the 4 before. When I got to the 4th rep, all of a sudden I could, man, like, what's going on with me? It's all in my head. Yeah, man. So I'm done with myself at this point, man. I'm like, I'm about to give it to somebody like, hey, man, you handle me, because I can't program for myself knowing damn well I got 1 more set. And the thing is, I know better. I know what I don't like, but then I know what my program calls for, so I have to get it done. So it is what it is. Speaking of which, so we're gonna talk about Joe a little bit, because that dude is just, it is what it is with him. So how long you been with Joe, man? Like have you been with him from the jump, or?
No, so I started out doing that 365 strong by Brandon Lilly.
Yeah.
So I started out with that. I did that. Like I did my own programming for like the first 3 years of powerlifting.
Yeah.
And obviously, I got strong.
Yeah.
But I would never make myself do things that I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So, like pause squats, center deadlifts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, cut that out. I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing those safety bar squats. No double bench. None of that.
Yeah.
So, and I barely did my accessories. None of that. Not cut that out. So, after the Arnold, I was like, you know what, man, I probably should get coached if I want to get any better.
True.
Then I started working with a guy named Aaron Moore. Didn't work out. So then I hit up Joe. He went to BLT, joined BLT, hit him up. I was like, you feel like doing my programming? And he's like, yeah. So I've been with Joe for about like a year and a half now. Maybe longer than that. A year and a half now. I mean, when he first kicked it in, man, and he sent me my first program, I like I thought I was about to start crying, man.
Bro, I know
I was
that
like, what you got me doing in this gym? Like, I had to do centric pulls at 5 second centrics, like going down and stuff like that. And he had me like, yeah, man, at like 700 pounds, like my last one was 700 pounds. I had to do 5 second centric, like, and I was like, I'm gonna break something.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I don't wear a belt or anything like that on deadlifts either, like anything like that. And on squats, he had me doing like pause reps and all this other stuff, like longer pause, like 5 second pauses.
Man, that boy
Not
just
even like I was just doing like a pause. Up.
like man, Joe out here sitting that. That's dick move. That's dick move programming right there. But it
like,
gets you right though.
I mean, but it helps me, like especially my bench press. My bench press, like I went from hitting like 415 to hitting like 469, and it was just like in the gym. It wasn't even like at me. Like I went from hitting 415 to 469 in probably like 3 months. Like his 405, even when like he had sets of like 2 or 405, that second rep was just heavy as hell. And I hate bench, man. It's not my thing. And I got a bar above me. I'm just thinking about it just falling on my face.
Boy, you sound like
always said to me, like, relax, let me send him this video. Hey, yeah, so, I mean, after that, like, I started repping on 405 and all this other stuff, man, and I was just, like, hey, I'm going to stay with Joe because, like, my lifts feel great. I feel great. You know, it's...
And Joe take care of you, man. Joe's a good dude, man. I rock with Joe, man. Joe's one of those cats I followed for a minute, you know what I mean? And I didn't really know a lot about powerlifting, you know. There are people that I just like, you know what I'm saying? And I just knew of him. I just thought his name was dope. Like, man, Joe Sullivan, that sounds like a superhero. Like,
Joe Sullivan.
It really did. So I didn't really, I didn't know a lot about him, you know what I mean? And, at the time, I think I just started powerlifting. And I think that's when we had the 198s. He goes, yeah, man, don't forget this kid, Joe, he's strong like you. I'm like, oh, word. And then, like, they showed me. And I'm like, oh, man, that's cool, man. I just remember I was like, dude, I remember I watched one of his videos, like, bro, that white boy got the biggest quads I've seen in a minute. Like,
man.
I was like, what up? I remember I told my man, because we were sitting there watching, I was like, bro, that white boy got the biggest quads I've ever seen. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, is that real? They don't even look real. Like,
yeah, man.
Like, his quads look like Popeye forearms, bro. Like, what is that? And then, like, he just seemed like such a nice dude, man. And it's crazy that the first time I've known of Joe for years, yo. And the first time I met him was last year actually this year at Raw Nationals, or this past Raw Nationals. Like, I had always been a fan. He's one of the, he's one of the few dudes that lift, and I'm just like, bro, I just like this cat. You know what I mean? And, like, for me, like, I don't necessarily know a lot about you. I just like his lifting style. I mean, he goes ham. That is what it is. Like, I like that. So, yeah, man. So you've been with Joe for a minute, man. I mean, obviously, shit, whatever he's doing is working, because you're out there, boy. Boy, just, you know what I mean?
Except for, he has me, so I'm like how I describe, I'm a lazy, I won't say lazy power lifter, but man, I take forever between sets and everything like that. Before he started programming in, we only get, you get 60 seconds for a break. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, I get how long for a break? Like, after I do a set of 600, like, I need at least 20 minutes before I hit my next set.
This dude said 20 minutes?
I mean, sometimes it do take, but, BLT, we had so many people there, like Dex and Travis and Jake and all them, man. You get us all in the same room, and Joe, everybody. And, we'll stop, watch each other lift, and then chop it up, and then before you know it, it's been 20 minutes. You're like, man, I need to get this other set. I need to get this other set in. But, yeah, man, Joe is a real good dude. Like, I remember when I first met him, and I met him through his current wife.
Yeah.
Like, he got married, so I met him, like, she had, like, messaged me on Facebook. She's like, hey, I'm having a party over here. Joe's over here, blah, blah, blah. She's like, come on over. I met him there. We talked on the porch for probably, like, 2 hours.
That's what's up.
And then after that, man, it was just, like, real cool. I mean, we kicked it a lot. I mean, he's, like, real down to earth. I mean, he's, like, if you need somebody to talk to, he's going to be there.
That's what's up.
He sticks up for his friends. Like, anybody's talking, if anybody's just trolling his friends on the internet,
Oh,
You
Joe,
expect
yeah.
Joe gonna be there.
Oh, Joe gonna get you. Joe gonna hop in there. He opposite on the low too. Like you don't even expect it. And all of a sudden, Joe hit you with 20 facts. I'm like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad. I feel bad for Buddy because he probably shouldn't have said nothing. Joe just got him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think. I mean, I think the big thing for me, man, is I noticed like with everybody at Beyond Limits, man, y'all got like a legit family. You know what I'm saying? It's all high caliber lifters. That come out of that gym. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know of any other gym, and I mean, off the top of my head, that's really has that many high caliber lifters that lift in like the same area. And it's dope, man. Just because, like I said, I feel like that gym just keeps churning out its quality people, and I mean, you guys all seem to gel together pretty well, man. And I think the couple times that I've chopped it up with people from the gym, like it's never just one of you. It's like usually like 3 or 4 of you guys at a time. Like they say squatted up at all times, man. So I like that. I really do like that, man. So that's what's up, man. Like and it's cool because even in this in this conversation that we're having, man, you already mentioned Dex, you mentioned Jake. You know what I mean? Obviously Joe, like that's you mentioned Wifey. Like it's cool because I mean it's crazy because I follow all of them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, it's not. And it's weird though. I'll tell you the funny thing now is because I've been to the gym a couple times. I mean, I recognize that wall. You know what I mean? I recognize that brick wall that's behind the squat rack. I'm like,
champion wall, man. Yeah, everything.
I'm like, bro, that wall is like everybody's on it. And the thing is, like, I'll get these people that follow. I'm like, man, let me see, and I see where they train at. I'm like, oh, you train to be on lips? All right, I'll follow you back. Like it's what I mean? Like you good people. Like I think y'all got one. I think he's like the pocket blonde or something.
Oh, little Lacey, man. Yeah.
She followed me. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't really follow people back right now, man. I'm kind of chilling on the follow back. And I was like, oh, she got that brick wall behind her? Okay, cool. She'll get a follow back. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a few of them out there, man. I'm like, they look like they have so much fun. And like, man, I make the mistake of like going to one of their stories. I'm like, bro, they're always kicking it together. That's what's up. Like, it's
always,
real cool,
man.
It's real cool to see that. Like, my little gym, it's just me and I got a couple cats that I'll roll with, but I mean, for our little gym, it's just kind of like, man, everybody's just like on the road right now. But I mean, we don't really kick it like that. We just go to a lot of hardcore shows together. Like we go, like it's like, all right, we just lifted now. Let's go try to beat somebody down in the middle of this mosh pit. Pretty much, that's how we get down. So it's what it is. It's hardcore kids. But yeah, man, that's fire. What was I gonna say, man? I did have okay, so your IG is Pull My Beard, right?
Pull My Beard, man.
That's hilarious. You know what I mean? Like I don't even, I guess I'll ask how'd you get that? Where'd that come from?
Pull My Beard, man. I've had a beard, man, since I was I had a shitty beard in high school.
Yeah.
And my high school coach, legit, like he didn't want us to have facial hair because he wanted us to be high school students, look like high school students. Every time he seen me, I refused to cut it. Anytime, right? He would come up, and it was like we had all Italian coaches, like just small Italian town, man. They had all this anger and everything else. Man, he would walk past me, I'd be standing there talking to somebody else, and just yank out all the hair on my face. Just like bare hand, just yank it out, man.
Oh my God.
And so after that, I was like, I ain't never cutting this fucking beard ever again. Ain't nobody gonna yank nothing out of it. Like, this is my beard, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, when I first heard of Instagram, I had an Instagram, and it was back when, like, I did all my partying and whatever else, and then I was just like, you know what, this ain't my gig, this ain't what I like anymore, Deleted that. I was without Instagram for like a year, and then I was like, let me create this again. I'm just sitting there. Legit, this is what happened. I'm just sitting there on my phone, like, trying to think of something. I was just going to go with, that typical, like, my name type thing, And I was just, like, stroking the beard, I'm just, like, just stroking the beard. And I was like, you know what? Pull my beard.
That's what's up. It's done and done. That's what's up.
And I was lucky, because I figured that's something that somebody would have took.
Right.
Somebody lucked out getting that name, man.
You really did, though, because it's pretty fire now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why you don't have a shirt. You should have a shirt. We need money.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, how like Chrissy said, like, we need to get these shirts, man.
Hey, so she got so before I became an athlete for donuts and deadlift, man. I tweeted her and I was like, "Hey, how many retweets do I need for you to put my face on a shirt?" Right? And she hit me with some like low ball number, man. I had that number of retweets within like 15 minutes. So we gonna be on the lookout for a pull my beard shirt coming with this face on it right here.
Man, yeah, if she don't do it, you better let me know, cause I'll do it. You already know how I get down. Like,
Yeah,
I'm always trying to
man.
go against the grain. Chris be like, LS, what are you doing? Like, hey, listen, man, you know what I'm
Hey, it
saying?
is what it
Like,
is.
hey, listen, there's nothing in the contract that says I can't put his face on there. Like, we already looked through it. I'm out here just tripping, man. I'm out here just like, but if I rock with people, I'm like, hey, let's collab, bro. I don't even care. It don't even matter. What
Yeah.
your contract say? You good? All right, cool. Let's make you some money. Like, I don't even care now. I was just like,
Yep.
at this point, like I told Russ, man, like everything at you know, because I feel like once you get at the level that we're at right now, I'm not saying we're at the low level, I'm not saying we're at the high level, but I feel like we're at a level like that, you know, you're if you're not world class, you're borderline world class, you know what I'm saying? And so
But
I feel like you get to this level now, your goal is, you know, not only to win a national championship, but you want to win that IPF championship. Everyone does. I mean,
yep.
if you're not here to be a champion, what are you here for? You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
No,
So
I agree with you. Yeah.
so like when you know when I won, I was like, all right, well, what else is there to do? You know what I mean? And for me, like I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just do it for the culture, bro. Like we can do everything we want for the culture, and like because at this point, the main thing that we see over and over and over right now is people making money. They're making
That's
money
it.
off of
Yeah.
everyone, and the people that they're making money off of aren't necessarily receiving that money back. Okay, that's what's up. Whatever. Um, there's really nothing we can do about that aside from like, hey man, you can you take the power back in your own hands and try to make the money for yourself. But if you are
Yep.
doing that, are you just doing it for self, or are you doing it for a bigger purpose? So for me, like I like when I first started, like even with my little company or whatever, I own a low, bro. I mean, I was just doing it because I like making shirts. I like I had a logo already, you know what I mean, and I was gonna do that, put on my meat stuff anyway, and it was something for me to honor my parents, honor my dad, honor my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope, so I was gonna do it regardless. But then like people started rocking with me real heavy. So I'm like, you know what? We could do something with this. But then is it about just making cheddar, or can we do something bigger with this? So I was like, so I think the first real shirt that we put out, it was a fundraiser. That was dope. So we did another fundraiser. Then it was like, you know what? We don't even have to announce that we're doing a fundraiser. Let's just start taking this cheddar and just started giving it to different things here and there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like we just do like on the low, just shit on man. Hey, make enough money to write a check to somebody. I mean,
Yep.
because I feel like at this point, people do a lot of good. Don't get me wrong; they do a lot of good, but they're so quick to announce, "Yo, we're doing this for whatever, whatever." And it's not necessarily. I mean, those that do it, like if you have a cause, you want to get the awareness out there for the cause so that people want to donate more. That's what's up. But a lot of these cats just say that they're donating or they're giving or whatever just to flex. They do it after the
Yeah.
fact. If you're doing it before the fact in order to raise funds, I'm with that. But if you do it after the fact, oh, man, we donated, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get out of here with that. So
Yep.
I think now to have the opportunity to kind of be in a position that we're in, that I'm in, that you're in, where you can actually use your I don't even know. I mean, you use your networking skills, your personality to actually help others. So I mean, so now like when I was talking to Russ in the back during the arm, like shoot, let's just start doing it for the culture. Let's just do it for the culture. So it's kind of cool now. So I'm able to rock with people. I'm able to do like little podcasts like this and talk to people like that. I just think they're dope. I think you directly and indirectly do a lot for our sport. I mean, we're all kind of because of we're all like USAPL kids. You know what I mean? We're all lumped in that USAPL IPF lump. Like they just get down with that USAPL IPF stuff. And I mean, sometimes we get a good look, sometimes we get a bad look. But I
Yep.
think with people like yourself, the personality that you have, I mean, in real life and via social media, because I mean, in my opinion, you're the same cat, on IG as you are in real life. Like you're just a cool dude. You love life. You know what I'm saying? People that rock with you, are likewise. So I feel like you and people like yourself, you do a real good job of just like breaking down that wall of like, wait a minute. You want to go to that side of the wall? That's the USAPL side, bro. I don't know. You know how they get down on that other side. You know what I mean? And so it's cool because people can go to IG. You know, they can talk to you in real life. They can meet you in the Arnold. They can meet you at the National. I'm like, bro, Tyree is cool as shit, man. Which one? You know, the pull my beard dude. Oh yeah, that's him. Word. And you know, and people start coming up. You know, and it's just weird how that works. So for me, it's just like, oh, I like Buddy style. Yeah, I gotta get him on. You know what I mean? Or I like what old girl's doing. I gotta get her on. Like, I mean, I got one with Benika. I'm so excited to do that one. I don't know. She's a fool.
And I know. I see her every time we go to national somewhere, man. She is just all over the place.
No sense at all, man. And so I'm like, bro, I gotta get you on this. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I know it's probably a dumb decision on my part, but we're gonna rock with it. We're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like, but that's my girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. And you know, and I think for me, it's just kind of like there's so many people that I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I rock with Russ, I rock with John Hack, I rock with a lot of those cats, but I mean, there's a number of us out there that, you know what I'm saying, like we don't have 100K, we don't have like 89K. I mean, you got hella K, so I, you know what I'm saying, I'm not even, you know what I mean, but like it's the truth. You know what I mean? We don't have these like, these, damn near 100,000 followers and all that stuff. I mean, people know a lot of people's stories, but they don't know the stories of a lot of these people because, like, I mean, of all the big men, even though you're hella strong, a lot of people don't know your story. A lot of people don't know what you bring to the table. A lot of people like, bro, how is this? Who is this dude and how is he one of the Doughnuts deadlifts athletes? Like, how is that? Like, how do you get that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and for me, I'm like, oh, I've been following Buddy. I know how he got that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, I mean, most people in my weight class, most people when they watch my weight class, they only come for one person.
Yeah, they only come for
one person.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But they've been coming, and people been coming for that one dude for shit since 2014, 13. Like, it is what it is. I mean, but the thing is, like, I'm a firm believer in people want to watch The Throne. Don't get me wrong. People are going to watch The Throne. But they forget, man, like, there's a lot of people still coming up while everyone's busy watching The Throne. You know what I'm saying? And, and the people I don't think they understand is even though while you're watching The Throne, who does The Throne watch? You know what I'm saying? Like, The Throne watches the people that are coming up. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, you're one of those that your time's going to come where you're going to stand on top of that podium. Your time's going to come where they're like, oh, shit, it's down to the final deadlift. Tyree Williams. Like, it's going to be one of those things.
That's my goal, right? Hey, that's my goal.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, that time's going to, going to come when, when shit, it might be both of y'all at, you know what I'm saying, somewhere at Worlds like, yeah, bro, we had to take both 120s, man. We had to take both of them because, shit. It was, you know what I mean? Because it's happening like that. It's getting down like that. So I'm excited about it, but you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm like, I want to be one of those, like, bro, I mean, I knew that early, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back, you would have saw, I was calling that back in the day, you know what I mean? Like, I was calling that last year. So, it's I just feel like you bring a lot to the table. So, and I think a lot of people more so now are starting to recognize that than I think had before in the past. And I think, I think what your cool ability that you have is that your personality is so much bigger than your lifts that people forget that, oh, this cool ass dude also is a very good lifter. You know what I'm saying? And that's a dope thing. You know what I mean? And I'll always, he's a 120 plus. He's a bench guy from Australia or New Zealand rather. Nathan Baxter. When I was talking with him, man, like 2 or 3 Arnolds ago, he's like, people will never remember your numbers, but they're gonna remember how you made them feel and how you treated them. And I feel like you're the type of person, you make people feel so like legit, so cared for, so, so thought about, so loved, so appreciated that, I mean, people want to see you succeed, myself included. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know you from Adam, you know what I mean? But like, I just, so I'm picking up pieces here, and here, you know what I'm saying? I'll shoot a message here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I do see you in real life, I'm like, oh, what's up? Oh, this boy, okay, he out here flexing on people, you know what I mean? Like, I treat everybody, I've known him forever, you know what I mean? But with some people, you feel like, I feel like I know that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you know what I'm saying? Either I don't know you, but I know a dude like you. Or I know somebody like you. There's somebody in my family that's like you. So I feel like I just knew you already. You know what I mean? So it's been cool to kind of watch your progression. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like I was telling Joey, in our podcast, I feel like I'm not the young nigga, but I'm not the old nigga. I'm like right in between. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of sit and chill and like I kind of get a chance. Sometimes I'll jump in there with you and like, oh yeah, lay down, and sometimes I'm gonna lay back in a cut and just kind of do my OG thing
Watch,
and
yeah.
just peep what everyone's doing. And when I get an opportunity to do that, bro, it's crazy because like I haven't been in the game long enough to really say my piece, but I've been in I've been in it long enough to kind of observe and see like my man's momentum is really growing. Like he's on a real good pace right now. Like he's doing well for himself. Like and people are really rocking with you, and people are really liking what you bring to the table. And which it's cool. Like I said, I think. I mean, I knew when Vogel got picked up, what I'm saying, by donuts and deadlifts, I was like, yo, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's one of the people that I think through not necessarily throughout his career, but I feel like he's one that's gotten slept on a lot. Just basically says he's in the area which there's a lot of heavy hitters in the area that he's in. So I was like, man, he's getting slept on. So when he got that pick, I'm like, that's what's up. But I was like, wait, I got picked up. That's what I'm talking about. And I wasn't even like, I can't even be like I can't say that I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect it, but I wasn't surprised. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real though, but why wouldn't they? And so like, how did that all like pop off? Like, how did the donuts and deadlifts thing? How does that pop off?
I met Chrissy back in 2015.
Yeah.
Right before nationals, I just sent her Twitter again. I'd be just typing away on there nonsense. So I shot her a message. She said she was going there. I was like, hey, I got cheesecake coming with me. Just this fat ass cheesecake, man. This thing was like 5 pounds thick. Just man, I can feel it in my mouth right now just talking about it. But I just told her, I was like, I'm bringing this cheesecake to nationals. I'm gonna give you some. Right after I got done lifting, man, I I brought out that cheesecake, shared it with the whole donuts and deadlifts crew, and then just from on there, man, we just stayed in contact. We'd see each other at a meet here and there. I order shirts, because I like supporting, people that are doing good things. Man, I like to support them. I mean, like you said, it's a whole giving back, nature of it. It's what I like, because I like to give back. Like, it's like a hidden thing in me. Like, whenever I see, like, even if they're not homeless and they're just playing me, so be it. But homeless people, little Girl Scouts and everything like that, every time I see them, they walk up to me, and I gotta look down, and I'm like, can you buy some Girl Scout cookies? And I'm like, yeah, give me 10 boxes right now.
Girl Scouts, they get you, boy, every time. Girl Scouts, boy, they can hustle me every time, and I'm like, yeah, I got you.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, so, we just connected, and then just one day, it's like right before Christmas, she had shot me a text message, and she was just like, hey, I don't know if you know who I am, just playing it off, like being low. She's playing it off, and then she's like, I want you to be a donuts and deadlift athlete. And I was just like, is this real? Like, you playing me right now? Like, this is like, if there's any company that I wanted to be sponsored by,
right?
This one, and it's not because donuts and deadlift. Like, of course, I like donuts. Like, I went on a whole year spree of eating a donut a day for a year. So it's not because I like donuts, man, or not because I lift. It's the fact that they actually do give back, and Chrissy's up there doing just big things
she
with
really is,
her reps recovery and everything like that. She's out there giving free gym memberships to people who are trying to recover and trying to get back into the swing of things and make their lives better. Each person they have on that team, there's something special about them.
Exactly.
Like it's not like they're just some Instagram model who's just nothing against Instagram models, but they got they're not just on there just
posed up, like they're actually
doing whatever. I mean, they're actually they care for people. And they show that in everything that they do, and they're not just you can see that they respond to people's comments, say thank you and blah blah blah, give people wise words and stuff like that. Like legit, I met I met Vogel and everybody else, you know, at the deadlift party for donuts and deadlifts, and I mean, I felt like I knew them. I
Yeah,
was like, man, these are the people that I want to be around.
birds of a feather, birds of a
Bad
feather.
people, man. Yeah.
That's what's
So
up, man.
that's how that happened, and then it's just been, yeah, man.
It's
It's
been
all
good.
good.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah, man. I was, I went on a. I need to put that. I still haven't even produced my Arnold episode, but I went, around the Arnold, man. And I was like, I'm just gonna just peep all my friends, peep all the people that I rock with, peep the people that I like. I mean, and it was crazy because everybody that I really super rock with were all in one area. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Chris was going. She was, going through her little thing or whatever. You know what I mean? And I was just, I was super one. I think for me, man, once I decided you're my friend and I want you in my life no matter what. You know what I mean? I'm not overly protective, but I just want to make sure everyone's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just want to see her, give her a hug. You know what I mean? Let her know I'm thinking about you. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be like, oh my God, I'm like, people, I don't know,
Yeah.
I
a lot of people did that to her too, and it was just wearing her down.
Yeah,
man.
like
So
I'm
just
like, I just want to give you like, let me throw this chest on you real quick, give you a little hug. All right,
Yeah.
then you good. Let me know if you need anything. I'll DM you. You know what I mean? Whatever, like I do most people, and I go about my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I got to see you guys, man. That was cool. Like seeing you behind the booth. I'm like, my man is in the booth. That's what's up. And I think because I started right when I started, powerlifting right when we were doing this, right when we started the incline, you know what I mean? And I remember, and I, even though he's not necessarily with USAPL anymore, I mean, I love that guy, honestly, to my dying day, man. But when Rob Schmidt was doing all the marketing and stuff for USAPL, he was the first dude that I ever talked to about sponsorships. Like he talked to me. I went to Alaska. He invited me to a deadlift invitational there, and he was talking to me about sponsorships and like, you're a good guy, and you don't have a big following like a lot of these people do, but you need to be getting sponsored. We need to get you out there, And he actually slid my name to Caffeine and Kilos, and and I think little did he know, I was like, well, it's cool and everything. I don't mind making these people money. I don't mind being one of their athletes, but I have my own dreams and aspirations to do my own thing. I want to impact this lifting culture myself, which I don't mind. And the thing is, I didn't know at the time, like, you can do both. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. Like, I mean, I didn't know. I honestly, bro, I didn't figure that out till last year. I'm like, wait, what? You have your own company, but you're sponsored by this one and this one and this one? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just thought like, hey, man, I didn't know that could go down that way. So now I'm like, oh, I can do that? All right, bet. But at the time, man, I was just, I don't know if I was just being small-minded about the situation, but I was just like, well, that's cool. I mean, I rock with him, but I don't think I can be one of their athletes because there's other things that I want to do. But he introduced me to them, and like it changed my whole view on like the ability that one has, like when you're just given a different avenue to reach more people.
Yeah.
And so to see where it's grown from there, and I mean, I think the at the time, like the USAPL IG, when he got it, had like maybe 1,000 followers, and then he grew it to like 30 or 40, and then like, I mean, someone else took it over, and like now it's like over 100K. You know what I'm saying? We have more followers. Yeah. We have more followers on the IPF. That's crazy. So like, but I had an opportunity to kind of see and chop it up with the guys at Caffeine and Kilos, and then on top of that, I actually met Chrissy the same time in 15, and got to actually talking to her because like on the low, she was my screensaver for the longest, and she was on my screensaver on my computer, and she's the wallpaper on my phone, and I didn't know who she was. I just love girls with tattoos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
so this sexy ass girl.
Yeah, man, and you know what I'm saying. And then I found out like, and then like I saw like she had like the Star Wars journal. I'm like, oh, she's the baddest girl on this earth. And so I was like, yo, she's. I mean, she could get it early. I love her. You know what I'm saying? And then like when I finally met her, I'm like, oh my God, that's her. That's the girl on the thing. You know what I mean? And that's like legit how we became friends. Like she literally like she laughed at me more than anything. And for the longest, I was like, man, I couldn't say a word to her because I just didn't know what to say. Because for me, it was just like, bro, like you're out here making moves and you're actually changing people's lives, and that's like the most, not necessarily. It's not even really attraction, but it's like the most impactful thing for me is to see people that are trying to make changes in other people's lives at the same time bettering their own. And I just thought that was
Yeah.
the most impactful thing, man. And I was low key in love with her for the longest. And then like I don't know, like you know, between her, the guys at Caffeine and Kilos, and just like they gave me like living, breathing examples. And honestly, like Chrissy never shared any business, like any business ideas with me or anything. She just led by example. You know what I mean? And I watched how she made her moves. And then that one weekend that I got to like just hang out and kind of see her, at during nationals, I was like, yo, this is baller. And how she treated her people and how her people responded to her.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what I mean? And then of course talking with Charlie and Dean and Danny, from Caffeine and Kilos, like how encouraging they were, man. So when I did my first shirt, like I gave it to the guys, man, and like they gave me this critique on it and they rocked it. I'm just like, bro, this is heat. And then when I put out my first like real shirt, they bought it. I'm like, whoa, these niggas is buying my stuff. Like, wait a minute, what? And dude, they would send me the whole I wasn't even one of their athletes, official athletes, but they would send me everything their official athletes would have. I had it in my doorstep. I was like, if Ray got it, I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna get it.
No,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
good.
You know what I mean? And I never expected it, but I just knew like, I did my first. This is my first. Like I've tried to buy so much stuff from them, and this is the first time they've actually let me buy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
let me buy some shorts, and it was on sale for $20. You know what I'm saying? And then he got mad because I bought it. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta let me support at some point. Y'all been holding me down since 2014, 2015. Like, at least let me buy something. So,
Yeah.
And here lately it's been, like again, like got to see you do your thing. Went across, literally around the corner. Got to see, Matt, and Mike, and them, from Hey Brand, like, and I'm just like, bro, there's just some good people out here doing some good things, and I just rock with people like that. So, I mean, that whole camp, bro. I feel like you're like the best fit for that whole camp. Like, I feel like you fit right along with the man. You're out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do your thing. You're out there. You know what I mean? And you care. But then that's like you think right when I think you care, you're like, nah, I don't care. Peep this. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, what is, bro? You these pictures, yo. I'm like. But this dude got some balls on him, son. Like he just don't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think the funny thing for me is like this is how you know that you know what I'm saying. Like you got like a stereotypical black mama. Like when I'm like, dog, my mama would kill me if she saw that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm like, man, straight up. If I'm glad my mama don't have IG. Like
Hey,
she just picked
yeah,
up.
my mom don't use it much, and I'm like, thank God, because she would. She'd be calling me out on that whole
Golly,
thing.
like my mama would kill me, but like, and I've been a couple times like, I'm finna hit these buzzers with that real, but like, nah, my mama. Somebody will at my mama, somebody will screenshot it and send it to her because I still like I have that small town syndrome where like if they see me do something, they send it to my mom even though my mom already know. You like one of those types. I'm like, bro, like, but my mom was bigger than me, so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna chill.
Like, y'all need to stop snitching on me around here.
For real. But where do you does it just hit you like, nah, I'm finna hit these niggas with this. I'm about to kill them real quick, or just you feel what you feel, you roll with it?
Hey, so I take staycations.
Yeah.
I don't even like going on like real vacations because I think they're more stressful than just being at work. So I just be sitting on my couch watching Rick and Morty, eating nachos at 8 a.m. So I just got real bored one time, and the first one I did was that little African kid in his underwear dancing in the desert. And I was like, you know what? I could probably recreate that. Like, his whole grown up thing, right? I dropped that on people, and I think I dropped that one on Facebook.
Yeah.
Wasn't even on Instagram or anything like that. Just dropped it on
Yeah.
Facebook, and people responded so well to it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this to Instagram. I forget what the first one I dropped on Instagram was, but I think I just might have reposted the ones I did on there, and then people just start. I don't even think I really got followers from it until I got that BuzzFeed article written about me. But like legit, like people would message me like after like the first three that I did, like they would just message me like, "Hey man, I was having a real rough day, like blah blah blah, like I was really down in the dumps, and your picture really brought me up, like I just want to thank you and all this stuff, and that it felt good, because I mean, I'm the type of person that likes to make like people,
Yeah.
happy.
Right.
Yeah, I want to make sure ain't nobody having a rough day.
Right.
That everybody's good. I'm just trying to, brighten up everybody's day. So, so that felt good that it was like actually doing something. And then, so there was this, there's this like, she wrote articles and everything like that. She had like posted about me like on her Twitter. And this one day, man, I just got like, I went from having like close to like 10,000, like, well, no, I was like at like 5,000 followers at that point, right? I went from 5,000 to like 20 in like a couple of days, man. And it was all from that. And she had like posted, what she had posted was, like whenever I'm having a bad day, I just go over to Pull My Beard's, Instagram, and it just brightens up my day. And blah blah blah, and then like legit, like I still get messages from like just a bunch of people, just like, hey man, you're making my day with these, like like thank you for keeping it real, and I mean, I've always had confidence, so this whole like me being half naked and shit like that in vulnerable positions, and it ain't nothing to me. I mean, I'm a big ass dude, but like I don't even care, man. I'm gonna flaunt this power belly and everything else that come along with it. So I mean, it ain't nothing for me to do these pictures. I mean, I'm half naked in the gym all the time.
True story.
So I mean, I just honestly like it just started out off as something just to, like make a few people laugh. And then now it's like, well, people look forward to this, and it makes people's days, and people laugh about it. Some people are having shitty days, and it makes them feel this way. So, hey, I mean, if I gotta look like a pregnant Beyonce, or I gotta paint my body like Kim Kardashian, I mean,
I mean,
it's fun too, though, man.
Yeah, it seems like it's fun, bro. If I could, I would. I'm like, man. I think for me, I'm so afraid of my mom killing me at this point, bro. Like, I'm like, man, I'll kill her. Boy, you know better. And then her give the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still shell shocked. But it's fire, man. Like, I think what got me was like, I think when yeah, because when you were doing your own thing, I was like, no, these are funny. But then y'all did the, what was that, like the, when Adam did the thing with you and Scream or whatever, was it?
Yeah, that room 9 for 9.
Bro, I
and
was like,
there's supposed to be more than just me and him in it. But then when the day came, like everybody had dropped off.
Yeah,
and it was just me and him. And I was just like, fuck it, like I'll do this.
I was like,
let's roll with it,
bro. I was like, what are these dudes doing? Like I literally, hey, on everything, I was like. Like, I literally was like, I was scrolling, I was like, I mean, I don't even know if that's funny. I don't really know yet. You know what? I'm going to come back to it. That's always my thing. I was like, I'm going to come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I really, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe my humor's just off right now. Like, the first one was funny. But I'm like, well, I don't know about this one, though. I'm going to come back to it in a minute. I was like, but these boys is wild. I gave... Bro, I mean, it's great. Scream is one of he's one of my best friends, bro. So I give him crap about it to this day still, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, you need to hurry get back to powerlifting, man. Quit all that jiu-jitsu jump.
Yeah, man.
But he's always doing his thing, man. But that's always been a question. I was like, man, you know what? Is this like come to you? Just you see something like, you know what? That's the one.
Yeah, man. Like most of the time I'm just like scrolling on the internet, man, and just like looking up random stuff, and then I'll see a picture of Kim Kardashian or somebody, and I'm just like,
I could do
just
it better.
Like light bulb, and I'm like, I could do this.
I could do it better.
I could do this, man. I got so many pictures right now that are just like backed up that I've been just like haven't posted yet, and haven't recreated yet. I mean, because some of them are gonna take a lot to pull it off, man. Because some of those pictures. Like, they look like I'm just, like, it, like, did it with ease, but I remember the one that, like, it looks like I'm leaning up against a fence.
Yeah.
Man, I moved, like, the bed in my room just so I could lean up against the wall, just so I didn't have nothing on it. I was in my room sweating. I cramped up in my thighs.
Man,
that's
hilarious.
Times, like, I've been posting stuff, and like people are like, "Oh, you really got into character," and I'm like, "No, man, I'm just in pain."
Like
And
you don't
this
even like this
picture,
is that's my body's actual response to the pain that I'm going through. That's
yeah,
crazy.
man.
So I literally have a man. See, I like that I have a bunch of questions. That means I got to bring you back because that means that's. If I have so many, because as we're
Yeah.
talking, I'm like, ooh, I got this, I got this, I got this. So okay, so what's do you have another meet or anything like that coming up?
Yeah, so I have to do 3 meets a year for my contract. So I'm doing just the state meet for Ohio,
Uh huh.
just because I like breaking my own records. That's about it. So I got the state meet, which is May. It's like May 26th or something like that. And then I got another one. I'm just dropping into a drug-free USPA meet. It's like their first one in Ohio.
Yeah, as well.
And they were just looking for people to do it. So I mean, it's like 10 minutes from my house.
Oh yeah.
So they were just like looking for people to do it, and Joe was like, "Just do it, man. Just sign up for it. Like you can use a deadlift bar." I was like, "Well, a deadlift bar. People usually deadlift more with it." Which for me, it ain't the truth. I think that now, man, I just can't like pulling the slack out of it and everything like that. The whip throws me off on it, man. And yeah, so he's like, "You can do this." So I signed up for it, so I got that, and then obviously I'm gonna do nationals only because I mean I do get mine, like I get reimbursed for doing it with my contract and everything.
Dang,
so I mean, it's gonna put a big old hole in the pocket flying down there.
Woo.
But I'm gonna do nationals and then whatever comes after that. So
yeah, bro. I'm still debating on nationals or not right now, man. I got a little bit of time to think about it. You know, I obviously I need to focus on both world meets, but
yeah,
I'm just like I think I'm just butthurt right now because I feel like you've made enough money off of us. Like, why not just let us just? I just want to go lift. You know what I mean? Like, and at this point, you know, even though it's a hobby or whatever, and some of us have sponsorships and all that stuff, and able to make a little cheddar off of it, or at least break even. It's like it's one of those things where you just like. It shouldn't be this expensive, man, for a hobby.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like, there's people that literally have to make a life decision in order to go to nationals. Like, I'm going to have to be a little late on this rent. I'm going to have to be a little late on whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I might have to eat ramen a couple times in order to make, like, $200 is steep, bro. Like, anything near $200 is steep, to go anywhere. Then, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be cheap to stay there. I mean, like, and honestly, I don't even know. I don't think a lot of people, from what I understand, like a lot of people aren't even going to be able to go. I'm blessed in the fact that I live dead smack in the middle of the U.S. So I mean, for me, it's like if it gets too expensive, real talk, we might just we might just rent a. I honestly thought about just renting a Winnebago, bro, and just making a trip. Making a trip out of. You know what I'm saying? It's like calling up the homies, like, hey man, y'all want to try to make a trip out of this? Like, let's just drive it. I mean, we've driven coast to coast once before, so I mean, I'm not necessarily tripping about it. I just like, man, I don't know that I'm mad for myself as much as I'm mad for those people like on the East Coast that are gonna have to make that drive or make that flight rather. And then on top of that, it just keeps growing in expense over and over and over and over, man. I mean, if we're paying that much, like, why is there a purse? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna make some cheese off of it? Or even better, like, all right, cool, you make your money. I'm not even mad that you're making your money. I'm not mad at all. I think, in my IG post, I may have come off as a hater. I'm not mad at anybody trying to make their money. Like, you do that because I know for a fact it is not easy to run a meet. It's not easy to set that stuff up. But you can't tell me that if 1,000 people show up and you're making well over 150 G's, that venue that you're going to be doing it at is going to cost more than that. That those shirts and all that stuff are going to cost more than that. Homie, I make shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact it doesn't cost that much. Everybody that signs up should at least get a free shirt. It's not free, but at least
that shit.
You don't even get that. So okay, we're not getting that. I'm cool with that. That's not happening. But all right, what about this? If you're a primetime lifter, you know what I mean, or if all the top 25 people, you get at least part of you get half of your registration back or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just give them $50. I don't know, like, you You get one of your night stay of your room paid for. Something, man. To like
they're not giving us anything.
Like
it's not like this is a hobby. None of us, like barely none of us, make money off this.
No, you know what I'm saying.
What?
So
I mean, it's less than probably it's probably less than 5% of us actually have sponsorships.
Yeah. Oh, it's less than 1%. It's less than 1% because you got to understand a sponsorship versus, you know what I'm saying, just having a discount code. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a discount code, but that don't mean you're sponsored. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you can be an ambassador, but you know what I'm saying? Like, did they send you free stuff? That's cool. That's cool. But
did they pay for anything?
They pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and for me, that was my thing. I'm like, oh, so you're sponsored, but you don't get anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, but it's hard for me. You know what I mean? Because I before I was into, you know, I mean, before I was even into lifting, I was into skateboarding, and I was sponsored. And skateboard sponsorships are legit. They're the real deal, Holyfield. Like they gave me free deck, free trucks, free bearings, free wheels. You know what I mean? Like as long as I didn't buy Nike stuff, or as long as I didn't select anything Nike in the catalog, they would pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And then if I won a contest, you know what I mean? Like they pay for my entry fees. If I went to the contest, you know what I mean? Obviously I had to have everybody's sticker and everybody, you know, that I rock on my deck. You know what I'm saying? As long as any pics they got, you know, my deck was showing. You know what I mean? I would get if it showed up, even if it was like an underground magazine, like, you know, like if it showed up, I could send them a clip of me with, you know, my stuff. You know what I mean? I could shout them out, and then I would get like a check for $1,200. Like I would get a little bit of money, and for a kid that's like, you know, 18 to freaking 21, 22, that's cheddar, bro. You can live off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was doing that on the low, so my football coaches didn't even know I was doing it. Like they don't need to know that I'm doing it. I'll lose my scholarship. They know I'm out here like trying to grind. You know what I mean? Like so it's
be taking that money from you no matter what.
So I was like, at this point, I mean, a sponsorship needs to feel like a sponsorship. Like, you know, I honestly, I give big shouts out to people like Doughnuts and Deadlifts because, I mean, you know, Christian again, they've carved a place in the market, and they've worked their way into the game to the point where they've amassed enough cheddar that they can actually reimburse and give people, you know, some monetary value. And it doesn't even have to be a lot, bro. If you told me I'm gonna give you $20, you know what I mean, for every meet that you go to, at least it lets me know, like, you know what, you're taking your hard-earned money and you're investing into me, even if it's only $20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be 50 cents. Like, you know, I'm gonna drop, you know, every other week I'm gonna drop 50 cents in your PayPal. You know what? It's cool because it comes up. I see that it's not coming out, but it's not leaving my account, but rather going in. Whatever it is, it's an appreciation thing. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there's points and times that I want to pick people up, but I'm like, bruh, if I can't give them anything, what's the point? Because I don't want to be that dude like, hey, you know what? I give you all the free stuff you want. But some people want that.
Yeah.
Some people want to say, like, yo, I mean, they give me free stuff, but I mean, like, if I can't, you know, physically give you some type of greenery, I feel like I'm not, because I know what it's like to feel like, dog, I'm out here grinding, you know what I'm saying, wearing my cartilage down to the bone, you know what I'm saying, and putting this weight on my back by choice.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean, if you're going to say that you sponsor me, I'm one of your people, like, man, I need to feel like I'm one of your people. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't need that, but for me, because I was spoiled early in the game and I realized, like, yo, this is what a sponsorship's about? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, I don't know any other way. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I you know, not a lot of people are at that level. They're not at your level. They're not, you know what I mean? And honestly, they never will be. Because, like, for me, when I look at you, it's more than just the numbers that you move, but it's also the impact that you make. And it's also how people relate to you and, you know, how they identify with you. You know what I mean? And then for somebody like Chrissy to recognize that, like, she recognizes what a lot of us already recognize, like, you know what, man? If that person right there is aligned with my brand, then that's a big shining light on my brand because that's a good person. That's a good dude. He does good things. He makes people feel awesome. That's somebody I want to be associated with. Because, I mean, the one thing that Chrissy definitely is one of those types that is like, bro, she doesn't rock with anybody that she wouldn't kick it with. That's for sure.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's in honestly, man, that's one of the biggest things that I've taken from her as I try to grow my business, you know, and, you know, that I've noticed that she tends to, you know, the people that she picks up are the same people, like they're like family to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That is one of the dopest things that I've seen in any entrepreneur. Like, she surrounds herself with the type of people that she would go, you know what I'm saying, she would go down for. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. Like, you want to have people in your camp that are family, man. And I feel like you fit right in. They teach you like family. You treat them like family. And, you know, I mean, it's, you know, I mean, you could have gone around the Arnold. I mean, I was able to, you know, go around the Arnold and look at everybody in a different booth, and it's just a bunch of fucking strangers just kicking.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing they're bound together by is like, oh, we have the same brand on our chest, or, you know what I'm saying, we have the same booty shorts to say whatever. Like with you cats in y'all's booth, it looked like it was way much more fun. Everybody was kicking it, and even though like people were tired and like you've been there for hours, that time seems to fly by when you're with people that you know that you rock with.
Oh, yep,
you
for
know,
sure.
so
It flew by. My feet were hurting by the other day, man. I still had the deadlift after that, the first day.
Oh, right. But yeah.
And I mean, but I didn't even mind because like I got to spend it with people that were not necessarily just like me, but like we all connected on some sort. Like, we got differences or whatever. I mean, you know, she has people that, you know, that are, you know, LGBT and all that. So I mean, like, you know, everybody's different, but then, you know, we all connect on some level.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, we're all athletes. Yeah, we fucking compete and everything, but like the fact that we care for people.
Yes.
In different ways, and we actually show it, and you know we don't boast about like I do this and I donate to this and I do this blah blah blah, you know, and we're just not like posting. Yeah, I mean, I post half news on the internet, but like, but I mean that's not all we are.
It's not. You're more than your pics. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, I mean that's all I like about it. And I tell it every time they ask me to type something up for like a testimony or something like that, that's what I put in there every time.
like I don't even know. I just think you're dope, bro. Like I honestly, man, like I can tell you like straight up, man, like you were one of my favorite people that I didn't know. You know what I mean? And it's cool because anybody that has encountered you that I know that knows you, they're like, oh my God, Ellis, you don't know him. Oh my God, you guys will get along so well. You need to meet him. You know, oh my God, you guys will get along so well. Like I've gotten that so many times. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get to know him real quick, but at the same time, I'm gonna let everybody in the world get to know him too. Like because so many people listen to this podcast, all 20 people that rock with me. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I think I'm at that point now that I just want to just give people like heat, and I want to give people the people that I feel are hot in the game. I want to give people a chance to hear the voices of people that I feel make such a difference and make such an impact in this game. At least make an impact on me. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of the first people like, man, you corny. I'd be right, nah, man, dude, you're not doing it for the right reason. You corny, like you know what I'm saying? Like you're doing this for followers. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, do you really care, or is this cool because you can post it later? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you seem like you're the type like actually like you're gonna be you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get down with that. I can rock with it. I like people like that. They're just like, you know what, bro, this is me. This is how I get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know, like, I like the type of food I like. I like the type of women that I like. You know what I'm saying? I like the type of music that I like. If you like that, cool. If not, it's all good. I mean, I don't care. And, like, you seem like you just one of this dude's like, I just do me. You know what I mean? You know, if you do you want to kick it with me, fine. If not, I promise you I'll be okay. So, like, I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to try to get at him. You know what I'm saying? Before you blow up too big, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to catch y'all cats. I'm trying to catch y'all on the rise, bro. Like, because I tell you, man, the hardest thing, like, I'll give you an example. I feel like you're well on your way to being, like, the next, 120 plus superstar for sure. And I'm like, well, let me catch him before you get that Ray status. Me and Ray been trying to get the same. We've been trying to get the same podcast over and over and over and over and over for what 2 or 3 weeks already. But like he's always gone, you know what I mean? Like, and when we had a chance to get it cracking, he was at a conference. He was at like some conference about to present. So I was like, let's do it next week. But then I had to present at something. And I'm like, man, we just, you know what I mean? Like the dude's just always busy. I was able to catch Kelly right in between him, like, having to do stuff. So I'm like, man, and it's crazy because people sleep on, like, big dudes are like, a good big guy, a good lifter is so hard. It's not hard to find, but like a good quality lifter is hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that 120 plus class. Because I mean, for for a while it was just Ray. And then, I mean, you can't necessarily get a hold of Jezza because Jezza lives, what I'm saying, in the middle of nowhere in South Pacific. Like, what I'm saying, it takes a little bit to get to him. Like, so then there's that. Then, of course, it's just, Kelly lives in Canada doing his thing. So I'm like, man, listen, rather than, chasing the same dudes over and over and over, Kelly was my first one I ever had on my podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my dude. Like, if ever there were he's the smoothest, the cleanest, like, swaggiest 120 plus cat you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? So I'm like, for me, it was always easy because the dudes that I kicked with, my roommates, the guys that I hung out with, they were always the big boys. Like, I was always a little running back that hung out with the linemen, you know what I mean? Because I was strong like the linemen. So I just, like, that's who I just gravitated towards. Like, those are dudes that had my back. Those are dudes that helped me get the yards. You know what I mean? Like, those are cats that, hey, man, you get your $3. I'm going to get my $3. You get your $3. Let's take all these $3 that we all have together. Let's just put it in this bag. Let's go to Taco Bell and get as many 59-cent tacos as we can get. We'll put them in a plastic sack, and we'll just sit and eat and watch TV. Like, literally, that's what we did all the time. So it was just literally little me and a bunch of big dudes. So for me, it's just like I tend to gravitate toward the bigger guys. I'm like, man, I feel more home around big dudes anyway because, I feel like I'm a big dude trapped in a little cat's body anyway. So I'm like, man, let's do what us big dudes do, even though I'm like 5 foot nothing. It is what it is. But yeah, man. So I really like rocking with you, and I really like like what you're doing and how just how you're affecting how effective and effective you are. Like you're making a lot of plays. You know what I mean? And you're doing a lot of like dope stuff, and I think the cool thing is that you're not sacrificing who you are. You're just being you. And people are just like, I rock with that. And I feel like when people see somebody genuine and they still rock with them, that's what it's about. That impacts the culture. So, like, for me, it's like, bro, like, it's easy to do it for the culture when you have, like, it's weird. I'm going to say this. It's going to sound real, like, whack. But you like, within our powerlifting world, you're a cultural icon. Like, you're doing stuff that not a lot of people are comfortable enough doing. And if they are, they're doing it for likes. They're not just doing it because, you know what? I just want to do this. Like, I feel like this is fire, so I'm going to do it. So, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, honestly, if you were going to pitch like that, you got to go straight to IG. You went to Facebook with it. That's how I knew, like, this dude was doing it for the art.
Yeah,
he ain't doing it for the likes. He's doing it for the art. He's doing it. Who goes to FB anymore, man? I barely go to. People hit me on Facebook sometimes. Like, I haven't heard from you in a week. Like, my dude, I hardly ever go to Facebook. Like you try to catch me on Facebook, you gotta DM me, homie, because that Facebook message, boy, that's fallen by the wayside, man. I think like it's like 60% of people even say Facebook's balling anymore, so I don't even care. Anyways, let me hit you with these questions, man, before I let you go. So the island question. Like, I mean, everybody that listens, they know. Like, I was asked the three. So if you could take 3 things with you to an island, what would those 3 things be and why?
3 things to an island. Shit, that's a hard question because I can't take a fan because I always get hot. I can't take.
You can take whatever you want. You can take whatever you want. You can take whatever.
It's gonna be useless on an island. So pretty much, I'd probably take a solar, a little solar powered little battery pack, right? An iPod, just so I can jam out the music.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my 2. And the third thing, man, I probably definitely shit. I mean the last one, I mean that's hard for me. I probably take can I take a person or only thing?
You can take whatever you want.
I definitely take a person with me. And that person I don't even know who it would be, but it'd be somebody.
True.
It'd be something. I'd take just so I can conversate with somebody. I ain't going crazy on that island. That music is going to definitely be important.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
But I hit Ryan Doris. I asked him. I was like, man, if you could take one album with you to that island, what would it be, bro? I thought his head was going to explode. Like I couldn't even, bro. Because honestly, I'll be 100 man to man. I don't know what album I would take with me. If I can only take one album, I can't think of it. I think he said like David Bowie. I'm like, that was actually a very good answer to take a David Bowie album. The Ziggy Stardust, I think, is what he said he would take with him. I'm like, bro, that's actually a very good choice because it's literally a little bit of everything. That album's a little bit, it's a little bit of, that was a real good album. No, good job, Ryan. That dude's so smart. All right, cool. Next question. You know it's coming. So,
Yeah. A song. So, I mean, most of the people probably already heard me sing this song on my IG, dressed up like a bunny. All right?
oh my God. Okay, so you saying if I walked up to you with a gun in my hand, I put it to your head, I'm like, you got to sing a song and or spit a hot 16 for me, or you're dead. What song would you hit me with?
This is the song I'm going to hit you with, all right? It's called Peaches, right? It's by Peaches, man. It's by Peaches. Go a little something like this, all right? Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me all the time like Blondie, check out my prissy behind and spine all of the time. Like sex on my beaches. What else is in the teaches of peaches? That's the whole thing I
Oh my God, losing control in this place. Bro, I forgot about that song, man. Oh, what's this sucking on my titty? I'm through. Golly. Oh, my life, man. These people don't even understand, bro. These people, they listen, man. I feel like people forget. You know, these are off the cuff, bro. There's nothing. The only two questions that I have were those last two. Those are only two formal questions. Everything else is just like off the cuff, just like, yo, I'm just asking questions. And he went with Peaches. I mean, I can't even be mad right now. I'm living the life, man. People don't even know, like, I didn't even think to do this. People don't even know, man. This is who we got going right now. This is the man, the myth, the legend. This is gonna be the next podcast that pops off. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, man. But yeah, man. This has been dope. I'm gonna have to hit you again for sure, because this has been an absolute blast for me, for sure.
For sure, man. I appreciate you having me.
Man, this is
man. I was excited. You asked me about it. I was like, what? Yep.
Yeah, people. I think people are gonna really like this one, man. Like, I think this one, because I think people really like the one I did with Russ and Joe. They like the one I did with Ryan. A lot of people like the one I did with Killer. I think this is gonna be the one. This is gonna eclipse them all for sure. Like, right, you're a character, man. Golly, they know your story now. I think, and I think what people really like for me is just once you get to the end, like, okay, what song are they gonna do? Like, ooh, man, like, ooh, this is gonna be a wrap. This is a wrap right here. But yeah, man. But I appreciate your time. I really do, man. Of course, how we already talked about, but how can people reach you on the social media platforms? Go for it.
Legit, every one of my social media is the same. It's pull_my_beard.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gonna see me, my face, this right here, all over it. You probably see a little bit of my body too, a lot of bit of my body.
I say we ain't no little bit, ain't nothing about you a little bit.
That's okay. You gonna see a lot of bit of my body.
Well, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I really appreciate this more than you know, man. It's really meant a lot to me. And like, I mean, when anybody actually accepts the invitation and lets me just kind of pick their brain, and learn their backstory and learn what makes them them, And I guess for me, the cool part is, of course, always finding out more about you as the person than as a lifter. This is what's up, man. I really do appreciate it, Tyree, man. This is dope. This is a good one, man. This is the best Saturday night I've had in a minute, boy. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this one. I can't wait, bro. To be able to edit this and go back and listen to it is gonna be the funny part. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, man, I'll make sure we get this up, man. Again, thank you for your time, man. Have a good night. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right, man. Later, bro.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. I, like I said, enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, man. We have got some more dope people coming up, like soon and very, very soon. For those of you guys, God, I can't get the words out. For those of you guys that want to like, comment, and subscribe, you know where to do it. It's gonna be around that area. Also, you guys want any of that dope gear, you can always go to ellismcclain.com, go to the store. If you want coaching, you can also go to ellismcclain.com and get that cracked too. Or you can go to mcclain.pic circle. I don't even know what I'm saying. Claim dot
Big
bigcartel.com. Anyways, you know what it is. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.